Family, much as it is very difficult for the families of AKA and Tibz, when the country continues to talk about the murdering of their children, it is quite a relief, to hear that the suspects are behind bars. Welcome to my channel, All for Health with Jane. We are on the AKA and Tibz murder case. Family, within the 7 arrested suspects who are behind bars for the AKA and Tibz murder case, we have the Ndimande Brothers. The Ndimande Brothers are allegedly the ones who were arrested while hiding in Swaziland. According to the Eswatini Police Services spokesperson, the Ndimande Brothers did not have proper legal documents that permits them to be in Swaziland. Because of this, it gave the Eswatini Police Services the reason to keep them behind bars and charge them for being illegal immigrants in their country. But fortunately for them, the Eswatini prosecution decided they must be given provisional immigration and start with the process of extraditing them to South Africa. Otherwise, they were supposed to serve a sentence for being illegal immigrants in Swaziland first before they are released to come and face their charges of the cases they committed in South Africa. Family, let's watch and listen to Eswatini Police Services spokesperson as she is interviewed by Newsroom Africa, explaining how it happened for them to be arrested, as well as the process to be taken before they can be sent back to South Africa.
Yes, but let's bring in the spokesperson currently of the police in Eswatini, Assistant Superintendent Nosipho Mngoni. If you can give us the latest, we understand that there's still one person at large and you are still looking for that person. How is the investigation so far?
Thank you very much to viewers. Actually, what we know is we got a communique sometime last week from the SAPS regarding suspects who allegedly were hiding in the country of Eswatini. Then immediately we rose up and then started searching for them. And then luckily we were able to apprehend them on Saturday morning. Fortunately, when we found them, there were just the 2 of them, the ones that we currently have in our custody. Information we have is that in the past days there were 3 of them, but then the other one seemingly he left the country to whichever destination that we are not currently sure of. So at the moment we just have the 2 that we found on Saturday morning.
If you could tell us how difficult in terms of your side as the police in Eswatini to ensure that you get hold of these suspects?
I can't really say it's difficult or easy because investigations depend on probably the people that you are dealing with and probably the areas in which they are hiding. But then this time around, I think the police did a great job because seeing that we only had a week with the information, but then before the week ended, we already had positive information which led to the arrest of the 2 that we currently have in our custody.
And then a lot has been said also to say that they are concerned about the borders being porous, the fact that people manage to come from the South African side to make it their way into Eswatini. Are these kind of incidents something you are familiar with?
Actually, I can probably say yes, we are familiar with such, not only when it comes to people who have done bad against the law, but even other innocent citizens who probably do not have the correct papers to use when coming in or going out, which is an issue because sometimes we then find that the wrong people enter the country or the wrong people leave the country. But then we try by all means to have our officers at the police gates looking out for such people who do not use the correct ways of leaving the country.
I'm interested to know also in terms of the charges, because so far what we know is that you had to act because of that provisional arrest request from South Africa. Are there any charges that they are facing, especially the site, considering the fact that they came to the site unlawfully?
In as much as I cannot go deep into what is happening currently, but what we know is that initially we were planning on charging them for being illegal immigrants. But then I think after talking to the prosecution office, it was agreed that we only give out to them the provincial immigration. Hence, for now, they are being charged with that, and we are currently working on the papers that will see them being extradited back to South Africa.
Talking about the extradition process, when can we expect that process to kick in, and how long perhaps is it going to take for you as well as the South African counterparts to ensure that they get back to South Africa? In fact, when can we expect the two suspects to be back in South Africa?
Unfortunately, I cannot give a specific time because court processes have their own ways and own time frames that they probably use. But what we can say is that next week, Tuesday, they will be appearing again at the magistrate court for another remand. But then if the process of extraditing them will be, as soon as it is over, then they will be taken back in conjunction with the SAPS, of course.
Family, after I have learnt that the Ndimandes were brothers, my heart just went to their parents. But when I read from Sowetan Life newspaper, that these two, together with their parents, they sat in a meeting plotting for the killing of the taxi boss. And after the taxi boss was killed, together with the parents and the friends who were there when they did the killing of this taxi boss, they celebrated and exchanged money, the 1,500 that was paid to those who carried out, this mission. Family, then I just felt they deserve it. In case this is exactly what happened, in case this is exactly what they did, they deserve it. Unless maybe we say this is not correct, they are being framed, then it's another story. But if they are not framed, family, they did this together with their family members, then they deserve to go to jail. People have lost lives. People have lost their fathers in these processes. People have lost fiancés. They have lost husbands in these processes. Hence, I'm saying, let them go to jail. Then if they did not do it, let justice prevail. Family, if they feel they are innocent, let them bring evidence to court. We don't want another situation the same as that of Senzo Meyiwa. Let these people bring evidence. Evidence that is enough convincing, to the court that they were not there when AKA and Tibz were murdered. Let them bring evidence that is convincing that they are innocent. Otherwise, we don't want another situation where we end up losing trust in our police system, losing trust in one another. We go to an extent of, arguing about this matter to such an extent that people end up becoming enemies because of this. So we are pleading with whoever, if we know who the killers are, as the public, let us help the police so as the right people go behind bars. If we say these ones are innocent, they are wrongly accused, let them prove themselves to the court. Another thing is, family, it's not going to be easy to arrest the mastermind unless these people, if they took part in this, unless they reveal who the mastermind is. But if they do not do it, and they were there when AKA was murdered, they took part, they took different roles, as is being said, then let them go to jail. That is just my opinion, family. In the comment section, let's talk about this. Tell me, how do you feel about it? Let's not fight over this. Let's advise one another until justice prevails. All we need is justice for AKA and Tibz Motshoane. That's all we need. Family, thank you very much for watching this video to the end. Please like it before you leave. Subscribe for my channel if you haven't done so yet. I love you, family. Thank you very much. Bye.